Good morning, my sweet potatoes. Today I'm going to be showing you what I eat in a day, featuring some of my favorite Japanese meals and snacks. It's currently 8 a.m. so let's make breakfast. So usually we meal prep, but today I wanted to do something different, make this day a little bit special and just create a lot of my favorite Japanese recipes. So for breakfast today I'm going to be making my coffee and a natto egg rice bowl. If you've never had natto, it's just fermented soybeans. A lot of people think it smells really stinky, but I love it. I grew up eating it. It's kind of smelly and slimy and stringy, but it's so delicious and has a lot of like health benefits. But I also like to add eggs on mine just to add a bit more protein, put it over rice, and that's gonna be my breakfast. So I'll show you how to make it. So this is our coffee grinder. I think we still have some grinds in here, so I'm just gonna set it to 6, and it's really loud, so warning to earphone users. So I'm gonna heat up some water first. We always do pour over coffee. We used to have a coffee maker, but it broke, so I need to heat up some water in our kettle. Okay, coffee is ready. I mean, not coffee, water. Then I'm gonna line our Chemex with the paper. And with the boiling water, just run it over the paper to get rid of any like paper particles. Dump out the excess water. I'm gonna start up our scale, pour in the coffee. We usually do about 32 grams. Oops, whoa, wow, I did way too much. Tare, and I like to turn on the timer and then pour over some of the water. And then I keep pouring more water until it gets to 480 grams, but I do it little by little. So the first time I'll go to like 200, and then once the water level goes down a little bit, I'll pour over some more water. But you don't want the water level to go below the coffee grinds. Okay, I went a little bit over again, but it's okay. Now I'm just gonna let the coffee drip and we'll pour it once it's finished. Alright, so we've got our coffee going. Now I'm gonna work on the natto. So I have my rice here. It's cold. It's from last night, so I need to heat it up. I also have my pack of natto. This one comes with mustard and a little shoyu pack. And I also have 2 eggs. So my natto is actually frozen. It was in the freezer. That's how we usually keep our natto because we don't eat it too often. So that's why we just keep it in the freezer until we do want to eat it. So I'm just gonna put it on this plate and heat it up in the microwave so that it's not as hard. After that's done, we can heat up the rice, but in the meantime, whoa, I cracked the egg. Ugh, oh well. I'm gonna cook these up. So I've got the pan going on medium-low heat, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some olive oil and then just crack the eggs. No shells. Eggs are done on one side, so we're gonna flip it. Woo. Let it go for like another minute on the next side. And I think we're good. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn the heat off. Let that chill for a bit, and then we can put together our natto and rice. Okay, so here's how I like to do it. I just like to put the natto right on top, add the sauces. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of shoyu and mix that together. I'm gonna add a little bit more shoyu. I like a lot in mine. And then we can add the eggs. I like to add a little bit more shoyu for the eggs. And ta-da! You're pretty much done. Now you just gotta dig in. Our coffee is also done, so we can finally pour that. Alright, so I have my breakfast, got my coffee. I just drink plain black coffee. I don't put anything in it. And we're gonna dig in. It looks so good. So I like to just break up the egg and mix everything together like this. So easy to make and really quick too, with very basic ingredients. So definitely one of my favorite meals to have if I just want something quick and simple. So I'm gonna chill, eat some breakfast. A new episode of Run BTS just came out today, so I'm gonna watch that while I eat, and I'll check back with you guys when it's lunch. Alright, so it's lunchtime now. Today for lunch, we're going to be making yakisoba. So I have all the ingredients out here on the table right now. So we have our yakisoba noodles, we have the carrot, green onion, cabbage, onion, and pork belly. So that's everything that's gonna go into... Oh, I forgot one thing actually. For the sauce, I'm gonna be using this okonomiyaki sauce. It's for okonomiyaki, but you can use it for yakisoba. It's pretty much the same thing, same flavors. And I love yakisoba. My mom and grandma used to make it all the time too growing up. And it's really simple and pretty healthy, I wanna say, with all the different vegetables. And the flavor is like kind of like shoyu based, but it's also sweet and a little bit tangy because of the okonomiyaki sauce. There's you can use like ketchup or Worcestershire sauce in there to give it a little bit of that tanginess. So we're gonna cook this up today. This is actually my first time making it, so we'll see how it goes, but it looks pretty easy. I asked my mom how to make it. She was like, yeah, it's super easy. Just throw all the ingredients together, fry them up in a pan, and add the sauce, and you're done. So let's get started. So I'm currently peeling the carrots. I forgot that carrots needed to be peeled, but luckily we have this peeler. It's actually from Daiso, but it works really well. So I'm gonna chop this carrot up into pretty long pieces. Whew, that took such a long time to chop all of these carrots. I think toward the end I was finally kind of getting the hang of it. But yeah, this is actually a lot of carrots. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use all of these. I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's a lot. Now I'm going to cut up the green onions. You want these to be pretty long too. That's pretty typical in yakisoba. Next, I'm going to chop up my cabbage. So I'm going to cut it lengthwise first, and then chop them up into smaller bits. Finally, the onion. This is my least favorite part about chopping vegetables because I always cry. Well, that was pretty fast, so no tears today. Yay! So now I'm gonna prepare the pork belly, and I'm just gonna chop this up into little bite-sized pieces again. And if you don't have pork belly, you can also just use bacon. Oh man, okay, that was kind of a workout. My hands really hurt. So right now I'm also measuring out 4 to 6 tablespoons of this okonomiyaki sauce and see how strong it is, because sometimes yakisoba can be pretty salty. It is very salty. I hope it's not too salty once I add it to all the vegetables. So I have this here, and now we're ready to finally cook. So the first thing that I did was cook the pork belly until there was no more pink, and I cooked that on medium-high heat with a tablespoon of olive oil. I didn't really cut the pork belly that well, so some pieces were still stuck together, but that's okay. Then I added my carrots and onions because those take longer to soften up, so I stirred those around for about 2 minutes, and then I added in my cabbage. After another minute, I added in my green onion, stirred everything around for another minute, then set everything aside on a clean plate. Now for the noodles, the package instructions said to add a 1/4 cup of water to the pan and then add the noodles and cook for 2 to 3 minutes until they became separated. So once I did that, I added a tablespoon of sauce to add some flavor to the noodles, stirred that around, and then I added the meat and veggies back into the pan along with another 2 tablespoons of the sauce, stirred everything all together for another couple minutes, and that's it. You guys, look at how good that looks. I cannot believe how easy that was too, just combining all of the ingredients, and then you get this beautiful masterpiece. I'm so excited because this is the first time that I made it. Let's eat! Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to eat. It's like late in the afternoon too. I'm starving and this smells so good. And I love how vibrant and colorful it is. Honestly, my favorite part about yakisoba is the noodles. I used to hate the vegetables. I just wanted the noodles. But now, as an adult, I love the veggies. So I cannot wait to dig in. Let's give it a try. Oh my god, I was worried that it would be too salty, but it's perfect. And the pork belly is so nice and tender. I definitely could have cut it better. Like, look at that, 2 pieces are still stuck together. But you know, I just realized I forgot to season the vegetables with like salt and pepper. But honestly, it doesn't even need it. So good. I'm so happy. The sauce is everything in this dish, I feel like, and I think you can make your own by combining soy sauce, sugar, ketchup, and Worcestershire sauce. But yeah, it's like a sweet, tangy, kind of salty type of sauce. There is a recipe in the link in the description box. Alright, so I'm gonna finish eating this and then I'll see you at dinner. Done. I wiped it clean. Hey guys, so it is now dinner time. Tonight on the menu is gyudon. Gyudon is a beef dish over rice, and that's literally what the name means. So again, another super simple and easy recipe. I ate this growing up, but we would usually use chicken instead of beef, but I actually prefer beef over chicken, so we're doing beef tonight. So let's get started. First of all, I have my rice going already. I just put it into the rice cooker, so that should take about 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I have the ingredients here. So for the fresh ingredients, I have green onions, 2 eggs, half an onion, and our beef. And I'm just using thinly sliced beef. I think either chuck or ribeye would work best, but you want to make sure that it's like really thinly cut. Alright, so I'm gonna get started on prepping the ingredients. So the green onions are just gonna be the very last step as like a garnish. Now I'm going to take the onion from earlier when we made the yakisoba, take the other half and cut this up. Now I'm going to crack these 2 eggs and scramble them in this little bowl. Now let's make the sauce. So I need 1 tablespoon of sake. Bottoms up. Just kidding. Oops. 2 tablespoons of mirin. 2 tablespoons of shoyu. And then just mix all that together. Okay, all of our ingredients are prepped. Let's get cooking. So this is another 1-pan dish that's super easy to make. I started by cooking the onions for about 4 minutes until they were tender. I used a medium-high heat setting with 1 tablespoon of olive oil again, and then I added in the beef and cooked it until there was no more pink. I was also supposed to add 1 tablespoon of sugar at the beginning, but I forgot until a few minutes later, so here I am doing that now. So once all the pink in the meat was gone, I poured in all of the sauce, reduced the heat, covered it, and let it simmer for about 3 minutes. In the meantime, I scooped the rice into our bowls. And then after the 3 minutes, I poured the egg all over the meat and onions, but 2 eggs wasn't enough for me, so I scrambled another egg and poured it on top. Then I lowered the heat all the way down, covered it, and let the egg cook until it was almost done. I still wanted it to be a little bit soft at the end. And then after a couple minutes, it was time to plate, and then I also just garnished it with the green onions on top. Ta-da! We're done! Now we can eat! Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So I'm gonna get started on eating. This is what my bowl looks like. The beef, some of the onion, egg, green onion, rice. Okay, so again, I need to get everything. I need the perfect bite. Okay, there we go. Itadakimasu! Oh my god, I didn't say that for all of my other meals. Oh well, I'm saying it now. Itadakimasu! Oh my god. It is so flavorful. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Oh man, that is so good. Tastes just like what you can get in the restaurants, but you can make it at home, and it's super fast, super easy, pretty cheap too. It's like nice and sweet and savory. So good. This is like comfort food. I just keep eating because it's so good. But I'm gonna wait for Kyle to start eating as well so we can like watch some shows together. We usually do that for dinner. But oh man, this was good. This is so good. I'm very satisfied today. I think I'm gonna have a snack later on today as well, so you guys will see that. Yeah, we're gonna eat dinner, chill for a bit, and then I'll see you then. Hello everyone, so we're back. It's a bit later in the night now, and we're gonna have our last meal, which is actually more like a snack, and it's a sweet potato. This is an Okinawan sweet potato, and it's purple on the inside, and it's one of my favorite snacks. I ate this all the time growing up as well. All of these I ate a lot growing up, but this is definitely one of my favorite because it's super sweet, nice and starchy. I don't know, it just makes a nice snack when you want something a little bit sweet. This is a really small sweet potato because this is the last one that they had at the Asian market that I went to, and I really wanted to include it in this video. So we've got this little guy. Usually we get like bigger ones that are a lot chunkier, so I'm gonna prepare this right now. Again, this is something that I have not done myself before, so we're gonna try this out together. So I already washed the potato, and now I'm just gonna poke some holes in it with a fork. I've never done this before, so this is a lot harder than I realized. So now I have this wet paper towel, and I'm just gonna cover the sweet potato in this paper towel, and that's gonna kind of like trap the heat and steam the potato so that it gets nice and soft on the inside. Okay, it's done, and it's very hot. Looks the same, but it is very soft. Ooh, I need a knife. I'm gonna just cut this open. Oh my gosh, look at that color. It's so purple. Look how purple it is. Purple is my favorite color, by the way, so I love these. I always used to eat it in slices like this. It's so tiny. The potatoes that I usually eat at home are like 3 times as big as this, so this is so adorable to me. Ooh. It's perfect. Well, actually, let me see how it tastes first. Usually the skin just peels right off like that, and then you can just eat it. Itadakimasu. Oh my god, ooh, it's hot. Ooh. Oh my god, yes. It's perfect. I literally just heated it up for 5 minutes on the highest heat. It's perfect. So nice and starchy and sweet. This makes the perfect little snack. It is a lot starchier than regular potatoes. It's really chewy too, but I don't know, something about the texture I just love more than regular potatoes. This day has been amazing, just eating all of my favorite foods. Craving satisfied. Alright, so it's a few minutes later and I have eaten all of the potato, so there's nothing left anymore. It was delicious and I have no regrets. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a really fun time sharing some of these recipes that I grew up eating. It was my first time making most of them too. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on my bell notifications so you know when I post. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!